welcome back to my channel. As you can tell from the title down below, today's video is on one that has taken over the makeup industry, and it is the oval makeup brushes. If you want to see my really quick review on these brushes, keep watching. I got you. Let's go. So the brushes that I have that were actually gifted to me are these guys right here. They are not the artist brushes. The artist brushes were, I believe, the first brushes to kind of put the oval brush game on the map. If I'm not mistaken, the artist brushes retail, the 10-piece retails for $360. Well, so I picked up, actually not picked up, but were gifted the multi-purpose makeup brush. That's what these say. They are not a name. There isn't a name on here. It just says mermaid multi-purpose brush. So I'm not sure how much these retail for or where they were purchased at. But I will leave some links down below to some brushes, to some oval brushes that I've seen. I've also seen them on at TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Ross. I've seen them, so you can definitely pick up some oval brushes, you know, some not name brand brushes, unknown brushes, no name brushes, to give them a try to see if you like them. And then if you like them, hey, you know, go out and splurge and get that $360 set of brushes. But I wanted to show you guys really quickly these guys here. This is the box that they came in, and they just came in this little plastic container. But here are how the brushes actually look. I have them in front of me so it'll make it easier for me to show you guys, but here's how the brushes actually look. And it is a set of 10 that came with these as well. I love the color of these. They're like that rose gold copper color. I absolutely love it. And I'll just show you guys, you know, tell you guys what I think about these brushes. To start with, I will say this brush here, and they're all clean. I've washed them already, and I've actually washed them a couple of times because I've been using them a lot to kind of get the hang of them. I will say the oval brushes are very different. And different is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just something that you have to get used to. These brushes, they remind me of a brush for your hair. A hairbrush, because when you're putting them on, the way they're shaped, they have that oval, of course, shaping, and the bristles are very compact and dense together. As you can see, they're they really don't move much. It actually moves like a brush, as if you were brushing your hair. So it took me a little while to kind of get used to. I don't know if I would ever be able to use just these oval shaped brushes for my entire face, but for the most part I have used them for foundation. I have used them for blush. I have tried to use them for applying my concealer. I didn't really care for how it worked with that, but overall they were pretty good brushes. Here is how it looks again. They all have that mirrored back, and just this rose gold. I think this is just hard plastic because it does bend a little bit, so you have to be very careful when you use these because it may break on you. Now I think the artist brushes are also hard plastic. I don't own those. Again, that's $360, girl. We'll talk about that later. But these are made out of plastic, and it is a little bit bendable. So even when I washed it, like I've said, I washed these, I want to say about 3 times now I've washed these, and they are very bendy, so I would say be careful about that if you do decide to pick up some. But I will say, as far as applying foundation, this is the brush that I use to apply foundation. These brushes don't have any names on them, they just have numbers, and this is the number 1 brush, and it doesn't have a name here as well, so I don't know the name of these. But this brush I've used to apply foundation, and what I've done is I've actually poured the foundation directly on the brush, and then I've just brushed it in. Like I said, it took me at least 2 or 3 tries to get kind of used to this brush, but once I got the hang of it, it was good to go. Because usually with foundation brushes, usually, you know, dot 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 and then just go ahead and blend. With this, I felt like it was a little bit different. This brush, I felt like it was more of a really like oval type of round shaping of putting on foundation. But I will say this works a lot faster to blend out foundation. I mean, it takes no time. This, it reminds me of brushing my hair, y'all. I'm sorry, it really does. It reminds me of brushing my hair. The next brush I have here is brush number 2, which is a little bit smaller than this brush. I use this for foundation. This one I was trying to use it for my concealer, but then I went in with this brush for that because this one was just too big. So I'm thinking you probably can also use this for foundation if you wanted to, because it's just a little bit smaller than the biggest brush. But again, the same packed condensity. All of these brushes, the one thing that I will say is that they're very firm and very soft, y'all. They are soft to the touch. I mean, really soft, and they wash very well. I didn't lose any hairs on the brushes at all. None stick out, none are out of place, and they dry very, very fast. They dry very quickly. So I really did like this. So this brush I didn't use very much, but I will say you probably would be best with also using this as foundation, just because it was kind of too big to get up under my eye for concealer, so it really didn't work for me. Then I have the third brush, which is just a little bit smaller than brush number 2. As you guys can see, to give y'all a quick view, this is brush number 3, this is number 2, just a little bit smaller. This one I did go in with concealer, and it kind of worked a little bit better, but I still went back to my beauty blender because, well, not my beauty blender, y'all know I like the Real Techniques blender. I think it's the, what is that, the Expert Face blender, something like that, whatever. But y'all know the Real Technique one, the orange one. I ended up going back in with that because I just couldn't really get the hang of this. I felt like this didn't allow me to blend out my concealer very well because it was too sturdy. It was too compact, that it doesn't move as much as I would want it to. Or maybe it's just that I don't know how to kind of use these brushes. I'm going to still play with them so that I can get used to them, because I will say, guys, it's definitely very different to me. In my opinion, it's very different than using the regular stand-up makeup brushes. So this one I did go in and try to use with concealer. Not really a good thing for me, because but something that this brush is kind of great for is actually applying blush. Between these two brushes here, this is brush number 4. Between these two here, I really go in and apply my blush. Now I also use this brush here for highlight, but again, because these brushes are so dense, like they are so compact, they don't move that well to me. As you can see, if you can see me do that, they really don't move all that great. They don't have that free, you know, that freedom to move a lot. Because of that, it makes it, you pack on a lot of product. So you have to really go in with something else to blend it out. So what I did was I used this brush to apply my blush, but I did have to go back in with an actual blush brush and blend it out, because it just applies so much product. The next brushes, the next couple of brushes I want to show you, which this is actually my favorite brush. Well, I'll show you I'll show you my favorite brush. And it is this guy right here, y'all. I love this brush. It's very skinny, as you can see, very fine. And y'all, I like this brush to contour the bridge of my nose. That is what this brush is awesome for. The two brushes that I probably use the most in this in the oval family will be these two. This one for foundation and this one for contouring my nose, y'all. I feel like this works so well. This is what makes the oval brushes worth it to me. This one brush right here, honey, her right here, I love her, girl. The other brush that I wanted to show you guys really quickly it's like a smaller version of the one that I showed you that I contour with. This is the smaller version of this brush. Again, you can use this for contouring. Now, I've heard people say that they actually use this brush for liner of your eye, to line to put on your eyeliner. I wouldn't do that just because that probably wouldn't be comfortable for me. I'm not the greatest at lining my eyes, so I think that's for the pros. If you're a pro girl, go ahead, do you, boo-boo. This might work for you. Lastly, I wanted to show you these last couple of brushes together, and these two are almost the same, and these are supposed to be used to blend out your eyeshadows, and that is these two little guys right here. This is 9 and 10, or 9 and 10. I don't know which one is 9 or 10, but these are 9 and 10. And these little guys here are meant to blend out your eyeshadows. And I think that they probably will work really well. I have used this one, and it does, I will say, it does go in and blend very well. Again, it's very dense. All of these brushes are just so compact together that they don't move a lot, but this one does move a little bit more than the other brushes did. So I have used this one, and it did work really well to just go in to blend out my eyeshadows, but I haven't used them again because I washed these because I wanted to show you guys clean brushes, so I didn't want to use any of them to do my makeup today. But I do like these to go in and blend. But that is pretty much it. Those were the 10. Now, whether I would run out to pick up these brushes, probably not. I would have to keep playing with this set to kind of get used to it, because like I said, it is very different to me. It's a very different technique you have to use to apply your makeup. So I'm all about learning new things and learning how to use new products. So I wouldn't necessarily rush out to buy the artist brushes as of yet until I kind of get the hang of these. But out of this set, my favorite, absolute favorite brushes again are these two guys right here. I use this, I've been using this on a regular to apply foundation, and it makes it quick, y'all. When I'm on my way to work and I gotta get up out of here, honey, because mama gotta get to work, this right here makes applying my foundation so quick. And I think it's because of the size and because you can really cover a lot of coverage with this. I mean, y'all, this right here, this gets a girl, this cuts down on time, seriously. So I love this one, and I love this one when on those days where I want to contour, especially if I want to contour my nose. I feel like this, it gives that perfect contour. So these two brushes make the other ones worth my while. I love these two. If you are looking for the oval style brushes, again, I definitely have seen them at Target. not Target, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Ross. I've definitely seen them there. I will leave the link down to the artist brush website if you're interested in purchasing the brushes from them. They do also sell them on an individual base, so you can purchase them individually. I believe they retail for, don't quote me on this, but I think it's between $45 to $65. Some of them they do sell them individual, so you can purchase them. I will leave that link down below for you, and I will leave the link like to Amazon. You can pick them up. eBay, you can also pick them up. So I'll leave those links down there for you guys. But that is it for me. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Also, look down below, girl. There's a red button that says subscribe. Make sure you become part of my bestie clan. Come on and socialize with me on Instagram. It is Trina Felicia. On Twitter, it is Trina Felicia. And on Snapchat, it is Trinasbeauty. And y'all, I done started snapping, girl. Yes, girl, I be snapping. So come on and socialize with me, guys. And until next time, guys and girls, I will see you all in my next video. Channel. And do you know what today is? It's makeup